And as I turn around to exit and now leave the room, I see someone's head poking out from the blankets in bed. And I'm like to myself, noma ngabe kuthiwa izinto ziyafana. Noma ngabe kuthiwa izinto ziyafana. That is definitely my man's head. So guys, I approach the bed and I go closer to the bed. So it so happens Uguti they had covered, their heads, but there was only like a small portion of their heads that was showing, and that portion that was showing was definitely my man's because I could see that big old man's head. So as I go in closer to take a look and I flip over the blankets, you will never believe what I see. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to the Diary of Unotando. And if you are returning Sabi, honey, welcome back Dalingi. Okay guys, so I am back with another story time. I know you can already tell by the title, so I'm not gonna waste any more time and I'm just gonna hop right into the story. But before I do guys, please make sure that you like this video and please subscribe to this channel. Also guys, I do have a Facebook page called the Diary of Notando, so please make sure that you guys support us sister. Okay guys, so let's hop right into the story. Okay, so guys, I am filming outside, so you might hear some noises in the background. I do apologize for that guys. Guyashisa emarisbek. It is literally like 37 degrees outside and I'm not about to film inside the house. Okay guys, so this story goes back a couple of years ago. So I was staying at this flat, and ngangisebenza, my life was nje. It was all together. Girl knew what she was doing. She was independent and she was successful. So at this flat that I moved into, there was a flat that was opposite my flat, and every time when I'd open the window like to clean in the morning, because there was a flat that was like right opposite me, there were these group of guys that were always nje having a ball, hlezi nje kulithi laphayana, kune vibe nje, these guys were always drinking, and the music nje was on full blast. So every time I'd literally like open my window, I would literally see these guys because their flat was like right opposite mine. And angfunqa mamanga, I did really kind of want to go and like join them, but I didn't know them, so it was a bit hard for me to go there and join them because ngangabazi. So anyway, this one day I was at the shop and it so happens Uguti I meet this guy. So we're going to give this guy a name. We're going to call him Uwele because he had a twin brother. Okay, so upon meeting Uwele, guys, Uwele Nage was one of these guys that were very bubbly, why papi nje, but not loku oktigayo, why papi nje loku okchazayo. Uwele, guys, because he had a twin brother, we developed quite a good friendship, and we would always meet every single time manga bengia estole to buy something. So we'd always meet up with each other, and we'd chill and we'd talk, and we actually developed a friendship. So this one time Uwele decides to invite me over to their flat, and it so happened with the very same flat was the same flat that was opposite mine's, where these guys were always in jail on a blast. They were always blasting. Okay guys, so nangempela ke we go over to their flat. So when we get there, there are a group of guys. So it so happened ukuthi Wele shared the flat with his twin brother and their cousin. So they were in school, they were in varsity, they were studying. So they would always have like, their group of friends that they studied with to come over, Bezo Groover. So there was a few people inside. So they introduced me to them, and kwakumnandi nje guys, we vibe. These guys were drinking, it was lit. It was like a vibe, guys. So we smoked some habli, and we hit it off, we chilled with the guys. So it so happened Uguti Uputika Wele, Wele's brother. So we're also going to give him a name, guys. So we're going to call him Uslama.
Because I shame guy wife Sama shame, so I think that name benefits him and we're going to call him Uslama just for the purpose of the video.
Okay, so I end up talking with Uwele's brother by the name of Uslama, and we hit it off, guys. So Uslama get decides to go to, okay, why don't we go and speak in the room, because there was a lot of people there and it was really loud, and he just wanted to get to know me a bit better. So I was like, okay, cool, sharp. So guys, we go in the room and we talk. So it so happened that one thing led to another, and then we ended up, guys, doing the deed. We ended up doing the deed. So we ended up kissing, and nje one kiss, and he went all over me, nje all the way down to my vajayjay. The romance was good, nje everything, nje it was nje on point. And I wasn't stopping him, vele vele I was a bit tipsy, so nje yonke into nje yayiyela. But anyway, guys, yeah, so we end up doing the deed, and it was nice. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it. But yeah, it was nice. Let's just leave it at that. So we ended up dating Gike no Slama, and it was established that to be both like each other. So we ended up dating. So nangempela, guys, we end up having sexual intercourse, and it happened like the whole night. So we ended up sleeping together the whole night. So come the morning, I decide to go to my flat because I had work, and Uslama gives me a walk and he leaves me outside the gate, and we kiss each other goodbye, and I go into my flat, I get ready for work, and I leave. So this kept happening. I don't wanna lie, I ngangisebenza kahle kuleya nursing agency, and they really, really paid me well. So I always had money to spoil myself. So every time we would chill with Uslama, I would always be the one that's buying drinks, taking us out, going out for movies, spending time together. I would always be the one, that was providing. And I honestly didn't mind, because I did understand Uguti, he was in school at the time. So I was like, okay, cool, it's fine. So it's so happened that during the course of us dating, aqaleke manje ashintshe uSihlama, and now he was demanding money from me. And whenever I would give him money, and sometimes I wouldn't give him, like he would he would cause a tantrum. And because I was close with his brother, so I would always tell his brother what his twin brother is doing, and then Ubutwake would seem to speak to him, and then everything would seem to be fine after that. But this kept happening, for a couple of weeks. It kept happening, and I noticed that something was not going, okay with the relationship. But we carried on dating, guys. So this one time we decide that we are going to throw a house party with the guys, and we are all going to put up money together, and we're going to buy some food and some snacks and some drinks, and we're going to throw a house party. So nangempela, guys, we start planning for the house party, and everything went accordingly. Yonke into went well. And now fast forward to the day of the actual house party. So that actual day of the house party, they decided to go and pick up some things that we were going to need, and I was going to actually come out from work, start by my flat, change, and then go and join them at their flat, because the house party was basically at their flat. That's where we decided that we're going to throw the house party. So nangempela, guys, that's exactly what happened. So guys, I knock off from work and I decide to go and join them. So mengifika at the place, at their flat, it's a vibe. There's people there, people that already started to drink. So I come and I join them. So it so happened to Guti, I chill with Wele's girlfriend and their cousin's girlfriend. So it was just the three of us girls that were chilling together, and there were another group of girls, but they weren't necessarily like chilling with us. So as I come and I join the other guys, so Wele's girlfriend and the cousin's girlfriend now tell me that, oh, thank God you're here, usuzofika ke manje, ukade nendoda yakho. And I was like, okay, ngifike ngikade indoda yami. why, what is he doing? And they were like, no, Nick's show me, but we're just so happy that you're here and that you can finally like sit with your man and so we carry on drinking it, guys. And amongst these group of girls, because we were sitting outside in the balcony, so amongst these group of girls there was just one chick that was wearing my boyfriend's t-shirt.
Okay.
So, guys, have you noticed? Oh, uyakubona when you are actually at your boyfriend's place and you decide that you would like to wear his oversized t-shirt because that's just how women are. So, she took my boyfriend's t-shirt and she wore it. She wasn't even wearing a bra underneath. She was just wearing her underwear, like her panty, but she was literally like wearing my boyfriend's t-shirt. And I noticed, but nginganagi, and the same chick, because she was sitting like right opposite me, she kept, like laughing and picking up her feet, picking up her thighs. And every time she would do that, like her panties would show. And lo muntu lo ukhindile mos. When you're wearing your man's t-shirt, it's obviously like short. So whenever you sit down, it's gonna pick up. And I was like literally looking at her thighs. I was just inches away of looking at isbumbu sake. So anyway, because she was sitting in a very compromising position, one of the guys that were actually there decided to tell her, Woodsy, she needs to sit properly. So she responds with attitude and she was like, Uhlanganapi, Uhlanganapi, with the way that I'm sitting. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit annoyed. And I was like, I vouched for this guy. And I was like, yes, oh uqinisile. I mean, like, can you please sit properly? I mean, there's a group of guys here and we actually don't want to see how isibumbu sakho looks like. So he is right. Oh, sacela bandla uyiqoqe, uhlale kahle, because khona abafana la. And if looks could kill. Like the way she looked at me, she was like, type of look. And I was like, whatever, child, I'm not even here for you. Ngizophuza mina la, and I'm here to have fun. So anyway, guys, the night progresses and we carry on drinking. Because there were a few people, like there were a few guys that kept coming in and they kept coming without any alcohol. The booze got finished, and because the booze got finished now, Uwele got annoyed. He got upset, and then he starts shouting at everyone and telling everybody that they did not bring any booze, and now that we are out of booze, what are we gonna drink? So he starts kicking people like one by one. Okay. And so when everybody leaves, like one by one, there were a few of the other guys that were left. So because I still wanted to have fun, guys, and I was lit, I was literally like in my zone, and I still wanted to continue and have fun. So I decided, Wutsi, I'm gonna give the guy like Uwele my card so he can go and shop for more alcohol and more snacks. So Nangembela, the guys go and they shop for everything and then they get everything and then they come back. So as they come back, everybody thanks me for like saving the party. So guys, we carry on drinking. So in the midst of the night, as we are drinking, guys, I'm obviously calling my man and we speaking with each other, and I noticed that every time that my man comes over to me, or every time that I call my man, and we speaking, this chick Moss will like look at me, like she will give me attitude. And the way she looked at me, guys, ububona ukuthi like what we're doing, she really really disapproves of it. She would give me like dirty looks, guys, and I could literally see that. And it started bugging me to a point where I ended up asking my boyfriend, like, why is she giving me dirty looks and why is she wearing like your t-shirt? And ngoba abafana, guys, ngithi abafana kumele bashiswe. So he tells me that it's apparently his friend's girlfriend, and his friend was busy with her. They were shagging in the room, and his friend asked if he could borrow his t-shirt so that she could wear it, and not to pay any attention to her because she is drunk. Okay, guys, so I don't pay any attention to everything and we carry on drinking. So, in the middle of the night, now my boyfriend, because he was a very naughty guys, my boyfriend was literally naughty and ubethanda ukuthi have sex noma ikuphi. But unfortunately, Mina, I'm not that type of chick. I'm not that type of chick that will just have sex with you, anywhere, especially, the first couple of weeks after we started dating. I mean, I respect myself, so I would never even do that. So anyway, he calls me and he wants us to literally go into the bathroom and have sexual intercourse. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do that. I told you that that's not what I do. That's not my vibe. And can you please respect my body because I'm not gonna do that. So it seems as if that annoys him and then he just disappears, guys. Because we had an argument, he disappears. So for the first couple of seconds, I actually didn't notice that he had disappeared up until I wanted to speak to him. And then I'm noticing, guys, like, Aiko, he's nowhere to be seen. So I start looking for him. I start searching for him in the house, upstairs, downstairs, outside. Like, I ask his friends and none of them know where he is. So now I'm starting to panic because it's been like a little bit over 2 hours that I've been looking for this guy and angimtholi. So I call Uwele and the cousin, and while we're standing outside and asking ourselves like where could he be, there he appears. Like, he reappears out of nowhere, guys. Like, this nigga resurfaces out of nowhere. And he's like, what's up? Like, as if nothing happened. So then I got really upset and I was like, where are you coming from? I mean, it's been over 2 hours that I've been looking for you and Autolagadi. Like, why would you just disappear like that? And he was like, I'm sorry, but I went with the guys. And I'm like, well, if you had gone with the guys, why didn't you at least let me know? I mean, like, why did you just disappear? And he then apologizes. So as he's apologizing, he keeps coming close to me and he keeps speaking with his hands. Like, he keeps saying ngiyaxolisa, like as in ngiyaxolisa, ngiyaxolisa, ngiyaxolisa. And every time he does this, like, he comes close to me.
And I can get the smell. Kuvele kuthi khafu. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, what is that smell? Sengiyayidinga-ke manje all over me, ngiyayidinga. Ukuthi mhlampe, okay, akunuki mina. And I'm not getting anything that's smelling that's coming from me.
But every time this nigga is talking, Mos, and he's coming close to me, this smell just keeps getting worse. And I'm like to myself, no, noma ngabe kuthiwa izinto ziyafana. That is definitely a pussy smell. Guys, ngiyayazi inquza ukuthi inuka kanjani, okay? And that was definitely a pussy smell. Like, out of all the smells in the world that you could possibly choose, you decide to smell of inquza. Like, really? Guys, just when I thought sengikubone konke, I literally come across this. And the guy is just so nonchalant about it, as if nothing happened. So I then pause for a second and I'm like, whoa, whoa, wait. What is that smell? And as I go close to him, I can literally like smell pussy, guys. So I'm like to him, why are you smelling of another woman's pussy? Like, you could have at least like brushed your teeth or washed your face. Like, why are you smelling of another woman's pussy? And he proceeds to obviously deny it. And because his cousin and Uwele, they were standing right next to me, I decide to call them and I'm like, yo guys, can you please come and help me out? Please smell your cousin and let me know what he smells like. So these guys, they go and they smell him and they confirm Uguti that is actually a pussy smell. Guys, I don't want to lie, I was so disappointed. Like, I was so disgusted. Like, I was so mad. Like every single thing that you can literally like think of, that was me. Like the nerve of the guy. Like the nerve. So we started arguing, guys, and it was like really, really bad. It was a real bad argument. And because Uwele and his cousin could see that the argument was turning and it was getting out of hand, they decide to separate us and they decide to chase him away so that they can calm me down. So I'm like, at this point, I'm fed up. I want to leave because I've literally like seen enough. And I'm like, I'm done. So they begged me to stay and not talk to him and just calm down and because I was literally like drunk, guys, and when you are drunk, alcohol will make you an emotional wreck. Like I was so emotional and I decided to just stay because I didn't want to go to my place and think about everything. So we chilled with the guys, and now this is the morning now. So I stayed with the guys, and now it's in the morning, guys. Like now it's in the morning. It's about 6, 7 o'clock. So everything just comes back, guys. Like everything just comes back, and I get so fed up, and I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in this place anymore. I want to pack my bags and I want to go to my place. So as I'm entering the room to fetch my bag because I'd left my bag in the wardrobe, as I'm entering like the room, so I grab my bag, and as I turn around to exit and now leave the room, I see someone's head poking out from the blankets in bed. And I'm like to myself, noma ngabe kuthiwa izinto ziyafana. Noma ngabe kuthiwa izinto ziyafana. That is definitely my man's head. So guys, I approach the bed and I go closer to the bed. So it so happens Uguti, they had covered, their heads, but there was only like a small portion of their heads that was showing, and that portion that was showing was definitely my man's because I could see that big old man's head. So as I go in closer to take a look and I flip over the blankets, you will never believe what I see. Like it is literally Uslama, guys. He is in bed with the same chick that was wearing his t-shirt and giving me dirty looks, and they are actually cuddling. Like the girl is sleeping on top of his chest and he's actually holding the girl. At that moment, ila engavele ngabona khona ukuthi wow, abafana kumele bashiswe because wow. So kwavele kwabamnyama bonke ubuso, guys. Like kwamnyama yonke into. I don't even remember when I left my bag on the floor, but the next thing I remember was me literally on top of both of them, beating the shit out of them. Like literally. When wabona uSuperman endiza, like that was me. Guys, ngingene ngibagibele. Hayi ngibagibele, guys, ngiyibhakele. Hayi ngishaye. Lapho I am beating them up and I'm like, ungijwayela kabi wena. Woza la wena. So this is what you're doing behind my back. Ningijwayela kabi nina nobabili. Yo, guys, I beat them up. Like I started beating them up, and immediately as I was beating them up, so the guy gets up and he jumps out of bed and he runs away. So now he leaves me with the girl. And I did not stop, guys. Like I did not stop. Ngayishaya intombazane, ngayikhahlela intombazane. I took her head and I smashed it on the wall. Literally, I was blasting her all over the wall, everywhere in the house. And at this moment now, everybody is up. People are running all over the house because now there's like a drama, guys. Kune drama, kuyaliwa in this house, and I am beating the shit out of this chick, you know. And everybody is just scattered all over the room. People are running away. Akekho noyedwa olamlayo, you know. So she ends up bleeding. So I couldn't exactly see where she was bleeding. I'm not sure if it was coming out from her nose or her mouth, but she started bleeding. And at that moment, that is when they decided to call Uwele to come and separate us because they could see that someone was literally going to get hurt. So then they call Uwele, and then Uwele comes with the cousin, and then they come and they separate us. Kulo mzuzu, guys, umfana akasabona, like he is nowhere to be seen. So Uwele separates us, and that's when I decided to, start talking. And I'm like, wena ntombazane uyangijwayela wena, like ungenza islima. Like, first of all, did you know that I was dating Uslama? And then she agrees, guys. She was like, yes, she did know that we were dating, and she only came to find that out when she was at the house, at the flat. Prior to that, she was just told that I was a chick that wanted Uslama. So basically, I was the one that fancied Uslama, and I was the one that had a crush on him, and I was the one that wanted him. So Uslama told her that they should come and spend my money because apparently she was told that I had money and ngiyaphaka, I mean, basically. Yes, guys, that is exactly what another woman told me. She didn't told me that. And I got so mad because she was literally telling me to my face that she knew about everything, and she knew that I was with Uslama, and she actually, deliberately came here so that they could spend my money. Guys, that drove me mad. Um ngamphinda futhi, ngamphinda. Ungijwayela kabi wena. Ungijwayela kabi. But at that moment, they were there already. So they were basically like, flandering out everything and just putting off the fight. And they were basically like in the middle of it. So I was like, and that is the reason why I'm shy. Guys, I'm not one that will fight for a man. But the reason why I actually beat her up is because, number one, um, she basically had attitude, and the attitude stemmed from the fact that she basically knew me. So, you being another woman, you are actually going to agree to go over to your boyfriend's flat to spend his potential girlfriend's money, with the knowledge of everything. Like, what type of a woman are you? Like, what kind of a woman, like, are you? Why would you do that to another woman? And on top of that, you will sleep with the same man who is playing both of you. So I told her that that's the reason why I'm actually beating her up, not because of a man, it's because of her integrity, and her standards and her morals. Like, she has no morals whatsoever. I mean, I wouldn't even do that to another woman. What would give you the audacity, like, to do that to another woman, And on top of that, be rude, to me. So there's this incident that happened inside. Before everything, I basically offered them a drink because when I had bought the booze and the booze had come back, people were wasting. So I had decided that I'm going to basically like control ujwala because abantu bebe mosha. So I decided to pour her a drink, and I go and I offer her a drink and her two friends. And then she, responds with attitude, and she's like, I don't want your drink, Who said I wanted you to pour me one? If I want a drink, I'll go and I'll pour myself a drink. And that really pissed me off, guys. That really, really annoyed me. And I was like, okay, well, I was just being generous to you, but since you are being rude, let's see whose drink you're going to drink or whose drink you're going to pour, because I'm literally the one that bought the alcohol, and I'm being nice to you and I'm being generous, but you being rude. So let's see whose booze you're going to drink then. And then she decides to send my man to go and pour her a drink. And then I stop him right there and there, and I'm like, no, why are you the one that's pouring her a drink? Because she had the audacity to have attitude with me when I was offering her a drink and being generous. Nalapho angazi nokuthi ngangiyihluphelani. But she was rude, and now she wants the same drink that she was rude to me about. No, she's not gonna have it. And I literally told my man ukuthi angfuni. So after everything that had happened, and after I beat her up, I told her ukuthi that's the reason why I'm also beating you up, is because number one, you are very rude and awumazi omunye umuntu. And number two, you deliberately knew that I was dating Uslama, but you intended to proceed and make me a fool, and kuzodliwa imali yami. So kuzodliwa nje imali yeslima all along. So that's the reason why I'm beating you up, not because of a man. And if you say that this man really, really loves you, or if you think that he really loves you, where is he now? Where is he now? Have you even eaten anything? And then she starts crying, guys. And when she starts crying, I start feeling bad. So as she starts crying, she starts telling me that she's really, really sorry about everything. But if she had known that we were dating, she wasn't going to proceed and come. And she only found out about us when she was, at the house, and that she doesn't have any bus fare money to go home, and she hasn't eaten anything, and she's hungry. And guys, at that moment in time, I really felt bad because despite everything, like, this nigga didn't play us. He played both of us, and he pretended as if he liked me and he liked her at the same time. And to me, he was saying that he doesn't like her. To her, he was saying that he doesn't like me. So he literally then played both of us. And I felt really bad for her because she was crying, she had no money to go home, and she had no food. So the dude literally dumped her there. So I decided to give Uwele one of my card, and to go and buy her some snacks and something to eat. So then Uwele goes and gets her something to eat. I think I bought her 2 pies, some chips, and something to drink. And then he came back with it, and I gave her. And I asked her how was she gonna go home because she doesn't have any money. And she told me that her dad was gonna fetch her. So I was like, it's fine. I gave her $50 to, take a taxi home. And she was so grateful, guys. She was thankful for everything. We ended up having a good chat, and we ended up, becoming friends, after that. So after she had left, I decided to go to my place and, just have a bath as well and sleep everything off because I hadn't slept the whole night. So while I was, getting ready to go into bed, here comes Uwele. Uwele knocks on my door, and he tells me that he now then called his girlfriend cheating, and that he's not okay. So I was like, wow, dude. So first it's me, and now it's you. So we decide to go and get a bottle, no Willie, and talk about everything. So we get a bottle with Willie, and we decide to talk. And I was really disappointed because they were really in love with his girlfriend, guys. And I was really shocked when he told me that they'd broken up. But apparently, yes, they did break up, guys. And I ended up moving away from that flat as well, and I got another flat like 2 blocks away from where I was literally staying. And I dumped Uslama, and I told him that I'm done with him because he decided to play me. So I'm done with him. So I left him, and we broke up, guys. And I decided to also move from that flat. So I moved into another flat, and in the midst of everything, me and Uwele, we developed like a really, really good bond. So we ended up bonding Noele, and we ended up having like a secret affair, Noele. And I'm not gonna lie, the secret affair was good, guys. He treated me better than his brother, and to me, it was almost like a revenge type of thing because his twin brother cheated on me with a girl, and I was furious, guys. I was really upset. So we had a secret affair with Uwele, and it so happened that one night, as we were chilling with Uwele, the same chick that I beat up like walked past us. She literally saw us guys and she didn't greet us or anything. She didn't even make conversation. She just saw us and she walked right past us. And I'm definitely sure that she did tell Uslama that she saw his brother with me and she thinks that we are having an affair. But honey, I did not care because his brother decided to act like a player and play me. So I decided to return the favor back with his twin brother. So yeah, guys, that is basically what happened. And we basically like lost contact with Uwele because I moved to another location and he moved back home. That's how we basically lost contact with him. For me, it's like it's tit for tat, guys. Like if you cheat on me, honey, I will return the favor. If not with your brother, I will definitely, better yet, return the favor with your father. So, guys, that is actually the story of my ex boyfriend who I caught smelling of another woman's pussy. And I actually proceeded to beat both of them up. So, guys, I hope that you really enjoyed this one. I do apologize if it was long, but I tried my best to keep it very short. Please make sure, guys, that you do give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in my next story time.